Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the texturing part. In this part I will texture the kitchen countertop plus the cloth texture and the glass material for this special door of the bedroom. I will start with the kitchen, as I read in the info of the project that this kitchen material is an MDF with a blue color, so I will make it simple without using any complex texture. So I will delete this UV grid texture from it and apply a new principal BSDF and changing the color to blue by using this RGB. So make green and red to 0 to have the pure blue. Then increase the specular a little more and decrease the roughness to 3.3 or 3.5, and it's simple. So you can add a surface imperfection. I can show it to you in another parts in this tutorial. So I will apply this material to other parts of the countertop. I will select all these and select these last and Control L and link the materials to each other to be one material. Like this, I'm finished with the countertop. Maybe I need to increase roughness maybe a little bit. I will see that after making the lighting, if I have a more or much reflection in my kitchen countertop. Then I will go to the cloth, I will isolate it, and then I will show you the simple workflow to make this texture from just one image texture. So this technique I learned it from Lex Kalowski, who has the chocofor.com. I recommend it to you to visit his channel and watch his tutorial, and I learned it also from Really Brown. You can find it in Twitter. So I learned this trick from them, and I will apply this in front of you. So we need in this situation an image texture of a fabric. So I will go to my library. So then I will go to architecture visualization and I will go to 3D models, as you see here, and I will enter to Chocofor and going to materials and going to fabric and going to maps, and I will choose one of these materials. I think that I will choose this materials. I need to delete that and apply a new principal BSDF and grab this material to the shader editor. I will preview my texture like this. Maybe I need to change it to this, maybe this, this. So I will start the process of creating different maps from one texture. So to create roughness and bump and all other grayscale maps, so you need to change this sRGB to non-color data, because this need non-color data because it's black and white maps. And if you need the base color, you need to plug this texture to the base color and change this non-color data with a simple trick, is to add a gamma node. So go to color, then gamma, and edit between image texture and principal BSDF and change the gamma. It's to 2.2, that means it's sRGB. Even if you have non-color data in this socket, if you add a gamma node and may change it to 2.2, it means that is sRGB. So we will use this non-color data in other sockets using RGB node by adding an RGB node or RGB curve as we know it. So add RGB curve, then plug the color to the color and the color to the roughness. Then I need to preview it to maybe edit a little bit in the curves like this, and maybe if you want it some glossy, you need to make it a little bit black. So I need to specify where is the roughness areas and where is the glossiness areas. So like this, I think it's good for me because this fabric texture is not glossy as much. I need to now add a bump node like this and plug this color to the height and the normal to the normal. As you see here, we have so much bump, we need to decrease it. You can decrease the strength and let the distance to 1, or let the distance to 1 and decrease the strength, as you see is affordable for your artistic side. So for my case, I decrease this distance to 0.01. I think the bump it's good. Now I need to play a little bit in the mapping. So also you can add an RGB curves and add it to the same thing to the bump node. You can also reset the curve and play around the black and white value. I think the bump node is the opposite of the reflection. So we need where the areas is rough, we need it non-bumpy, and when the areas is glossy, we need it bumpy, as you have in your references. So you are free to do that. So I will let it without RGB curve. Now I will play around in the mapping node. So I will add a mapping node if you have node wrangler enabled. So you can click Ctrl T to add a mapping node with a texture coordinate node. Now I need to add a value input to control the scale with a 1 value. For example, I will add it maybe 0.1. I think it's big. I need to increase the value, and I see if I have the right scale. So it's done for me. Now I will go to the other parts. I will select other and the rest of the cloth material and select this last and apply it with Ctrl L, as we do in the previous tutorials. For these cabinets, I think as the reference mentioned that they have the same material, so they have the same material as the kitchen countertop. The cloth cabinets of this bedroom have the same material as the kitchen countertop. So I will select all these and click Ctrl L and link the materials. For the doors of this cloth cabinet, it has the same material as the bookshelf. So I need to link this material to each other like this. Now I need to move to this door material. So this material is of this glass door. It's very special. So we have a glossy glass in the inside or the outside, and we have a rough material in the inside of the bedroom to have some intimacy. So I need to do that. First of all, I need to add or remove this grid texture and add a new texture for one frame. I need to add the texture of the frame. Maybe I need to change the color to black and assign it to the frame texture. So I need to select all the frame texture like this. It will take some time. Like this. Go to the inside and select these textures. Control Z. I need to enable the screencast key because some of my subscribers remind me about this, that the screencast key it's not enabled. So I need to enable it every time when I go to do this tutorial. So it's not a problem. Now I need to maybe assign this material to this area. I need to select these areas, select these areas, select this. So like this, I think I select all these areas. So I will make a black color for the frame and add two material of glass, one for the inside and the second for the outside. So I will add another slot and go to the second slot and add another material. You can change the name of this to frame and go to the second slot and assign it to this glass. Click in the second slot and assign it and name it inside glass. So for this we need it to be more rough and more transparent. Also I need to do a thing that I want to add a transparent shader and mix it with the principal shader to have more light enter to the apartment. So I need to mix this and grab this material output like this to have more space, and I need to add a shader or a light path node and use it as a factor and let this transparent material appear just in maybe shadow rays, because if I have just this principal BSDF glass, it will not let the lights appear and enter to the inside of the apartment. So I need to do these things. I will do the same thing for the outside of this door. So I will go to the third slot and add a new material and assign the material to the outside face and make the same things, but in this area I need to decrease maybe the roughness and increase the clear coat and increase the transmission also, because it's a glass. I need to do the same thing as the inside glass. So I will go to this shader node and we'll copy these 3 nodes to the third slot. So I will get some space here and Control V, then plug principal BSDF here and plug this here to have the same material. So as you see here, we have rough material in the inside and a glossy material in the inside. We can also, in this inside glass, increase the clear coat. Maybe I will go to the second slot and increase the clear coat to 1 or maybe 2 to increase maybe some glossiness of the inside glass. So I will apply this material to this door also, because it's the same material. Select this material first and this object last and click Ctrl L and link materials. Then I will assign each material to his place. So I need to enter edit mode, select these faces. Maybe I will select this face and assign to it inside the glass, and select this face and assign to it third slot. I will name this to outside glass. With that, I think that I'm finished with all the materials in my apartment, and I think that the next part is the asset placement. So I have some assets from my Banyani 3D library. Also, I have some assets from Choco4 and Pixel Megascan. So I think the next part will be asset placement. It's an easy part, as you know, as a 3D artist. And thanks for watching. See you in another videos. Salam.